Here we are, the new base of operations for the Alliance and the Resistance. Alagiri. There you are. Greetings, General. I see you have been quite busy in our absence. Less than you may imagine, the Imperials fled at our coming, and we took the village without a fight. Your timing is impeccable. We were about to discuss our strategy to seize Specula Imperatoris. That is actually annoying to say. It would actually be easier for me if they just added an I, so that it was Imperiatoris, not Imperatoris. Though we are fresh from the road, we should be glad to attend. Good. Take a moment to gather yourselves and join us when you are ready. And I'll go down and I'll keep them waiting. Looks like we got a meeting to attend. Expecting some voice acting? Nope. Let us begin. Alagiri is ours, and for Obersi we took it without losing a single man. But we dare not grow complacent. Specula Imperatoris will not be so easily won. If I may, General, should we not pause to consider the Imperial's motivations? For Xenos to surrender a fortified settlement of strategic importance without so much as firing a shot is inexplicable. We searched the village and found no traps or other signs of sabotage. Suspicious though it may be, I will not refuse this gift from our enemy. The path to Alamigo is through the east, through Specula Imperatoris and Castro Babagna. It bears repeating, however, that the latter is home to a massive cannon with unparalleled range and destructive power. Which means we need to strike Specula Imperatoris quickly, both to limit their ability to locate our forces in the field and to utilize the installation. I see, then we have no choice but to accept what we have been given. I have no doubt that Xenos has got something planned, but we'll just have to deal with it when the time comes. To the assault, then. The main host will commence a direct assault on Specula Imperatoris. During this time, I will hold the Scions in reserve at Alagiri to deal with any Imperial forces that may be dispatched in response. We should be fighting with you and the Resistance. I don't rely too much on Mamol after what he's been through, but at least let the rest of us do our part. I thought it would be best if I accompanied you. Alize can stay with Mamol. So we got the orders. Deep within an Imperial research facility. Is this gonna be a checkup on Kryl? I was gonna say those look like bombs, but no, if anything, it's more like cloning vats. Are they trying to clone Vile? Not clone Vile, clone Kryl? Or are they trying to take like the magical composition of Kryl and infuse it into the
Let
general?
us see. So, she lives. Impressive. Or merely lucky, though that too may prove a useful trait.
My lord, what have you done to me?
Though we Garleans are intellectually and physiologically superior in almost all respects, we lack the hereditary traits required for the reliable manipulation of ether, hence our unique inability to wield magics. This deficiency, for want of a better word, saw us subjected to decades of oppression by the lesser races, and we were eventually driven to seek shelter in the cold northern reaches of Ilsabar. Fortunately, said region was replete with vast deposits of cerulean, which proved instrumental in the development of Magitech, a revolutionary technology conceived to compensate for our disadvantage. It was with Magitech that we grew strong, that our nation became an empire. Yet, ultimately, this was an extrinsic solution to an intrinsic problem. What I wanted was not a crude device to be used in lieu of magic. Through modification of the Garlean genome, I argued that it might be possible to enhance a subject's ability to manipulate ether, effectively empowering them to wield magics. Alas, my theories were met with consternation in the Imperial Court. Only Lord Xenos, with commendable foresight and wisdom, deigned to support my research.
You gave me this treatment, but I'm not Garlean.
Alamegan, through and through. What you have been granted is far greater than mere magic. Before that lesser light, it is as a second sun.
I am informed that Alagiri was recently occupied by the Resistance, and that an attack on Specula Imperatoris is considered imminent. This could provide an ideal opportunity to test her performance in the field.
Your skulls, was it? They have joined the garrison at the Watchtower?
Yes, my lord. By your leave, I would rendezvous with them and lead a counterattack against the insurgents.
No. Even were you to leave now, you would not arrive in time. There is another duty I would entrust to you.
Okay.
Found you.
So either they're using Kryl as a genetic base for augmentation, or they're transferring the ability somehow. So full of fire and eager, weren't they? Fair bit of ground to cover. Okay. To the west, actually, huh? Perfect, that's where I'm heading. Da, 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 da. Well, first, let's listen to some good music. Under the weight, under the weight, in hell I wait. This Titan song is so good. Titan! Titan! I should listen to the Garuda and Ifrit songs. See if those are any good. I'll drag you down to the seventh gate. Let's look up Garuda. Because these were back when I wasn't even paying attention, really. So far, it's pretty jamming. I keep forgetting to change my title. Alan. Final Fantasy 14. I always forget the title. I usually just hit stream and forget. Is this going to be voice acted?
You've improved, lad. Come now, father. You lured the fool onto my blade, and do not try to deny it.
Our work here is all but done. What of Conrad and his men?
They are for the main tower. The skulls have offered fierce resistance thus far, but Conrad seems to believe he can convince them to lay down their arms.
Then we will tend to the stragglers down below. With me!
Okay, so what's she doing now that she's had the magic boost?
Report.
Enemy forces have overrun the lower facilities and appear to be mounting an assault on the main tower. We have already received a request for reinforcements. A unit of legionaries has been mustered and is ready to depart. They await your orders, Commander.
Stand down.
Commander?
Tell them to stand down.
Commander, if I may, our people, your people are still in there. They will be slaughtered.
You think I don't know that? I want nothing more than to help them. To lead the bloody charge. But I have my orders. Lord Xenos said no reinforcements. He would have us use the main cannon to destroy the installation.
Ah, so that was his plan.
What? Kill our own soldiers? You must be mistaken.
Lure the enemy into an obvious attack target and then use your overpowered cannon to destroy her.
Lord Xenos yourself. I thought no. Initiate the firing sequence. Wars are won on the backs of the dead. Theirs and ours. There is no truth but this. We must remain firm and resolute and always, always do our duty. Now, give the order.
Initiate firing sequence.
Aye, aye. Initiating firing sequence. Release safety locks. Deploy main cannon.
Ransford, Rudolph, Emlet. For us, for our people, for our future.
I need you to confirm the target, Commander.
Specula Imperatoris, main tower. Fire when ready.
Okay, so that headache from when she woke up isn't just a headache. There's something more to it. And I'm guessing she was given the treatment because she's being used as a guinea pig. I feel like someone's compensating.
the seven hells!
Long-range artillery.
Those treacherous bastards! Their people were still fighting! Full retreat! Now! Relay the orders!
Understood. All forces retreat! I repeat, all forces retreat!
Yeah, this has just become a try to live scenario. Main tower just collapsed. You heard it too, didn't you? It must have been the cannon at Castramabania. But that was an Imperial installation. No one's responding. I don't know if the shell is being jammed or... We have to go right now. They need our help. Oh, and I farmed up 3 of the pieces of the event set so far. I got the helmet, the chest armor, and the boots. So, pretty good armor so far. And it just happens that I had a pants and gloves that go rather well with this. The fear in Alze's eyes. Okay. This way, there's no time to lose. La la la. It's worse than it looks. Pull yourself together, the gate. Now. Okay. Oh, no worries, Callan. I don't expect anyone to even watch my streams. Or just doing it because I don't know why I felt like it one day and I've just been doing it roughly every day since. I'm glad you're here. In case it isn't obvious, the Imperials fired on us. I didn't think they had it in them to kill their own men just to kill us. Where's my brother? He was in the tower when it was struck. But that need not mean anything. Our forces are still evacuating and many remain unaccounted for. There are soldiers wounded and dying all around us. They need our help. Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. I see to the wounded, but first I see to the aether currents. Yeah, I noticed that, what was his name? Pippin, I think? Kept calling Rauben father. And I was thinking, is he just adopted, or does he actually have... Is the Lalafell actually his son? Like, biological son. There, I thought I was bound for Thal's Great Hall. I don't even want to think about why Pippin would be a thing then. That's just one of those scenes that does not sit right with me. Just give me a moment. Alright. Look, this guy thinks he's special. He's going to take double the time to heal. The Sultanate? Are you saying that Pippin is the son of... I'm forgetting her name right now. The girl that had the assassination attempt on her in Heavensward. I think I was struck by debris. Ward of House Fortemps. Aha! You saved my life back then, and now. Thank you, 1,000 times thank you. Conrad, can you hear me? Nago, put him down over there. Like, I'm pretty sure her last name is Ulda or something like that, but I'm honestly forgetting what her name is right now. Although usually the Lalafels have weird names where their first and last name are almost the exact same, like Teleji Adeleji. Oh, voice acting.
It was all so sudden. Conrad had just convinced the last few skulls to surrender when we heard the bang and everything started to shake. We carried the survivors to safety, but we've done what we can for him. All that remains is to pray.
Okay, so the old guy who was preparing to have Lise take over for him is now dying. Go figure.
Is that you, Lise?
I don't think I have. I'll check my dungeon thing after this, Callan.
Well, that's that then. Time's up.
What are you talking about? You'll be on your feet before you know it.
It's all right, Lise. I've lived long enough. But listen, I want you to lead the resistance in my stead.
Don't say another word. You'll recover. We'll recover. We'll bring freedom to Alamigo together. We're not going to stop here.
No, you won't. Everything we've built, everyone we've brought together, I know you'll show them the way. You've got it in you, Lise. Not because you're Curtis's daughter or Ida's sister, but because you're you. Because you're you.
Conrad.
You can feel the sympathy through the mask.
Lead them to victory. To freedom.
If anything, I'm the Grim Reaper.
I will, Conrad. I will. I promise.
I think that subtitle just answered your question.
Next round, double the charge.
Okay, so the Azure Dragoon has shown up.
Come, Nidhogg. We are needed.
Wait, what? Oh, it was a subtitle saying this is Castro Mabanya.
Impossible! How can one man shoot the bastard? Shoot him!
Like, okay, so Estinian is here, but why is he talking like he's embraced Nidhogg?
My lance has slain far greater beasts. You're welcome, boy.
Notify all units! I want that intruder found! And get the engineers to fix my bloody cannon!
No, as far as I remember, what happened is the eyes of Nidhogg were taken away from him. They were thrown into the chasm where one of the party members of the Warrior of Darkness grabbed them. The Astians then took them, gave them to Ilbard or whatever his name was, and then he sacrificed himself while holding the eyes to summon Shinryu. And I don't know anything else after that. When I pay attention to the story, I don't forget. That's the issue. Everything before about halfway through Heavensward, I wasn't paying attention. We could have walked away, but instead we tried to convince them to lay down their arms. Fire and blood. Okay, they must not. Alphino has been jaded. Surely Alphino is regaining his composure. Now is not the time for vows of vengeance. The Imperials have demonstrated a willingness to fire on their own. We three will see the Commander Kemp's body, find my sister, and return to Giri. But yeah, I don't remember anything about the eyes being absorbed by Estinian. So far, all I know about Estinian when it comes to Stormblood is he showed up tracking down Shinryu. And then the second time was just now when he appeared, destroyed the cannon, and talking like he's embraced Nidhogg. So if he's absorbed the eyes, it hasn't been made clear to me yet. That should suffice. Tell me you found Alphino. Yes, I have. I don't know what I would have done. Sorry, not here, not now. We should return to Giri. Keep an eye out for any who are wounded. There's one slightly east, but I'm pretty sure the way's open now. Or not? Maybe. So he gets overtaken by Nidhogg again? Because he was already overtaken once when he got the second eye. Long ago I was trying to kill you and yours. The hell's with this? I should be back home in Illispard, instead of taking fire from my so-called comrades. Oh, I'm a story person, Callan. Once I pay attention to the story, I usually remember a lot of the minor details. So, it's okay. You know how I was when it came to WoW. I was one of the few people in the game that could actually pronounce Y'Shaarj. Bless you. Yes. Okay. So, generic resistance soldier. Where's the next guy? I'm guessing behind this rock. Oh. I was close. He was next to the rock. Curtain. I was playing in New Game Plus when Taz was doing it. Ah, okay. Came loose and I was having trouble getting it back on. Yeehaw! Oh, I also got a, I also picked up a nice book to go with my outfit currently. It gives a... I don't know if it's more of a demonic feel, but it at least gives it more of a sinister feeling. We have given Commander Kemp's remains for safekeeping. No idea when. Rites must be performed. For now, however, we carry on. Press forward, must not give in despair. Oh, some weapons. Are these any interesting? Do I have this already? Doesn't look like it. And it's got like a nice, intricate design. Like, it's very detailed. Looks nice. What about the dancer items? And those are rather boring. I'm gonna grab the Gunbreaker one. Withdrawn from Imperatoris. It is time we spoke with General Aldine. But yeah, I remember it was either when when you first got me to try it back during Legion, or when I started trying in January. But I talked to you about how it would be nice if you could interact with people while on your mount. They did add that feature. Like it'll auto dismount you now, but it would also be nice when it came to stuff like this tent, if it would automatically like be clipped, so I'm not having to zoom in so I can click on someone. He was a wise leader. He was a patriot, above all else a good man who will be sorely missed. One of many lost this day. We have suffered a grievous defeat, but we cannot and will not renounce this cause. The die has been cast. Hold tight to this grief, anger, and let it drive you forward. Let it be your strength and shield. The auto dismount for combat is not quite as annoying. I actually have it bound to one of my mouse buttons, so I can very quickly go from being mounted and unmounted when it comes to combat. So it doesn't bother me as much, though it would also be nice. We'll carry us far, that I have no doubt. Ere we take another step towards Alamigo, however, we must first address the question of how to deal with Castro Mabani's Canyon. Foolish boy, it's been taken care of. I'm willing to employ the weapon without thought for their own soldiers. we may struggle to approach them. A frontal assault is out of the question. Would we? Recall that the Imperials could have obliterated our forces had they kept firing, but neglected to do so. To a malfunction? Or one of their officers found his conscience after the first barrage, or a heretofore unknown resistance faction chose that moment to disable it. I'm guessing that, the Skull Leader ended up fainting from that headache thing, if it's an injury or whatnot, the side effect from the surgery. There are many possibilities, but the fact remains that they stopped. Go and see for myself if the cannon is still operational. Conrad put you in charge of the resistance. We can't losing another commander so soon. I know how you feel, but I need you to understand. It wasn't long after Papalamo and I arrived at Rogger's Reach that Conrad first asked me to join, and then he kept on asking. Every time I said no, I told myself it was because of the science, but even then I knew deep down that it was an excuse, that I was still afraid of following my heart because I couldn't be sure if it was for me or for Ida. But then I met someone on the other side of the world who had struggled with the same worries, and as we traveled and fought together, I saw him grow and become the leader his people needed him to be. Now it's my turn to do the same. And ones that are, many are still wounded. We have to make do with what we've got, and I'm the best qualified. It's as simple as that. I just realized something. I can't believe it took me 250 hours to realize this. I'll point it out after the cutscene. While I acknowledge Commander Hex right to carry out this mission, I see no reason why she should do so alone. Then it is settled. We will await your return. Okay, so something I just noticed. When I'm mounted, I can zoom in better. Dang it. I can't get a good look from here. There we go. So you can see that her eyes are pretty normal looking, but if we go over to... Dang it, where is she? Minago, she has the giant anime eyes, and they actually look incredibly natural. Like, she has the giant anime eyes, and Lise has regular looking eyes. Wait. That is actually kind of hilarious. Sorry to drag you into this. It may not be the decision Conrad would have made, but I'm not Conrad. Never will be. Don't know what kind of leader he was hoping for. All I can do is be myself. Gunbreaker! Ooh, more weapons. I do like the simple bows from time to time, but something like this, while it is simple, the very intricate layering and such also makes me not like it. I do like this staff, I have to be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the staff. Mind, I'd rather not wait around. Let's get moving. Yeah. I pray you proceed with all due caution. To reach the ship, we'll have to scale the cliff face. I'll get some climbing gear there. Oh, okay. I'll hop in quick. No. Hey, Kellen. Discord is quiet again for some reason.
Yeah, that happened to me with you the other day, actually.
There. But I figure at this point, if I get to the Castrum Abania, I'll probably just stop there for a while. Because I'm going to be eating soon enough.
Fair enough. So yeah, I think I've got one of the last dungeons of the Shadowbringers questline to do. So I was wanting to move forward if you were right around the Oh, that's right, that doesn't work for you.
But yeah, this set looks really good with this book.
Yeah, actually. I don't remember. Aren't they changing the Arcanist weapon in Endwalker?
I have not heard anything about that. Let me look it up quick. Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker Summoner Weapon.
I heard somewhere they're changing the Arcanist weapon or something. Could be wrong.
Okay, so in depth with the summoner rework. Yoshida wasn't lying when he said summoner is going to function like an all-new job. Dot spells removed. Fester is now a simple damage-dealing spell. Try Disaster is the AoE. The revamped summoner, you'll find yourself alternating between the summoning phases. Nothing was mentioned in this summary that I looked up about a weapon change, so I don't think so.
Okay. I thought I heard something. They were gonna change it.
Maybe that was a possibility early on, but they decided against it.
These weapons you get from diamond weapon fights in Shadowbringer are actually kind of cool. Like they're super simple, like transition weapons, but like just the way that they open and stuff, they look really neat.
Oh yeah.
Not my favorite weapons in the game, but like.
You met the golems. Looks like. I am glad. Okay. Right then, time to climb.
At least on the bright side, these A Realm Reborn was the last time we're gonna do an 8-man fucking caster dungeon. It takes like 6 hours to do.
The 6 hours part is the only annoying part to me, so.
Yeah, you used to be able to skip those cutscenes at one point.
The arc that one man made to save countless others from the flood during the 6th Umbral era. Comforting to think that there have always been people who cared this much about their fellow man. Such great feats that people couldn't help thinking they must be made up. You know, I mean, long before anyone started calling you a hero, you were there for those in need. You did things for people when you didn't have to. Sometimes even when they didn't want you to. Staying true to yourself, but we're all better for it. Yes, I stayed true to myself. I played an MMO for over 200 hours, and here we are. I'll never be a leader like Conrad, or Ian, or my father.
Isn't that crazy though? 200 hours into the story and you're still not done.
Right? And
Like, you still got like another 150 hours of story left.
And the fact that not only have I played this game for 250 hours and not even close to done, that I basically sped through all of the original story and about half of the follow-up story. And I'm at 250 hours.
Yup.
I can be me, and that'll just have to be enough. Oh, I should probably change my hair, it looks like, because I'm not a big fan of that one strand of hair going through the helmet. The cutscene just pointed it out.
Yeah, I need to change my hairstyle as well. Because the way that my character's bangs sit on her forehead, they cover up circlets and stuff.
But yeah, I've probably made, I want to say, over a million gil so far with quests and such. And I've spent over 1 million just on mounts and transmog so far.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Honestly, that sounds about it. It is 500k to get an apartment, if you're interested.
Ah. Yeah, I just spent 420k on the book for that look.
Yeah. Yeah, I am not surprised.
This is our chance to take Castro Mabania. Okay, so this is probably gonna lead into the queue. This is we took, but I know everyone's champing at the bit.
Somebody in my FC is talking about doing the main story quest right now, and in one of the main story dungeons, they've got a guy who's an arcanist in the run, but not a summoner or a scholar, just an arcanist.
Oh, the war axe. That is a nice axe, although I wish it was just a little bigger.
Probably. This is probably one of my favorite axes.
I'm gonna grab. Okay. Oh yeah. Heck, if they got rid of the spine that's between the blade and the hilt, it would actually look very scythe-like.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that's why it's there, so it looks more like an axe than a scythe. Yeah, it's probably my favorite.
You know, I just realized something. I'm like the MMO equivalent of the stereotypical gay person. Like, oh my god, that transmog is so amazing.
Where is... So the transmog I've got on my sword for my Dark Knight's probably my favorite though.
I'm thinking once I cap out Summoner, I'm gonna work on Gunbreaker.
Gunbreaker is a lot. Just the overall flow of the class is really cool, like just how it functions. Where's my Gunbreaker? Yeah, you've got an ability called Gnashing Fang, which leads into another ability called Continuation, and then the Gnashing Fang combo. It goes Gnashing Fang, Savage Claw, Wicked Talon. But you get a buff. When you use Gnashing Fang, you get a buff called Ready to Rip, which then procs continuation for a second ability. So for like 2 seconds, you just press 2 buttons basically back and forth. So it's Gnashing Fang continuation, Savage Claw continuation, Wicked Talon continuation, and that combo in like the 3 seconds it takes to do it just does a fuck ton of damage. And it looks. That, and I like the idea of being able to shoot people with shields.
I really hope that they eventually make a class that has those, like giant revolver shields that the Garlean Empire has.
That would be cool. That would actually be something cool to add in for the Gunbreaker.
Heck, embrace the
Magic Tech thing.
Heck, embrace the irony. Have the Gunbreaker be the tank with the Gunblade, and have the gun shield be a DPS.
Exactly. I don't know. I still want those. I'm still waiting for the Machinist to get those fucking arm pistols that one chick in Castle Party Adam had. They had blades, but they were pistols too. Like, give that to the monk or to the Machinist.
Forthright manner is rubbing off on me.
I need to look up what they're doing to the Astrolord. Right now it's a hybrid healer of either shields, pots, or shields and pots. Pots and single target heals with shields. But it doesn't do either one really well. They were changing it to be a dedicated healer.
Sounds like a discipline priest so far.
Yeah, oh yeah, it is. That's the other side of it. So like, the big thing with Astrolordian is that you select right now. You have Diurnal Sect and Nocturnal Sect, and depending on which one you use, it modifies your aspected abilities. So if you're under Nocturnal, it applies shields. If you're under Diurnal, it applies pots. And then you've got abilities like Celestial Opposition that apply the opposite effect from the current sect you're wielding. So when you use Celestial Opposition, everybody gets a shield. And everybody gets a shield for a bit. Or if you're using Nocturnal, everybody gets a hot for a bit. And same thing with Collective Unconscious, which is the big AoE shield that we can do. You get a passive. It has 2 parts to it. You get the primary effect, which is based on your sect, and then a secondary effect only while the shield's active, which is based on the other sect you're not using. But that's kind of it for these. When I'm actually in combat and healing, I don't have too many buttons that I actually have to press to heal. The big thing is the cards, and all the cards are based around buffing people's damage. That's the big reason why everybody brings Astral and stuff, because that you can also run 2 of them in a 8-man be relatively okay. This one goes Diurnal, the other one goes Nocturnal. Yeah, the whole big thing with them is the cards. So you draw a card, use it on somebody in combat, that person gets a buff to their damage. And the card's 6 cards, 3 for melee, 3 for range. And then every time you use a card, you collect a seal. And once you have 3 seals, you can use Divination, which increases the damage based on the number of different seals collected for everybody. and then divination also stacks with buffs you get from the cards. So you can give one person an absolutely ridiculous boost to damage for 30 seconds.
Nice.
As well as boosting the entire damage of the party by 6% every 2 minutes. It's also your main gen, dude. Yeah, you might like the Astral, honestly. Just with the way that it plays. Probably like the Scholar. It's a lot more, I don't want to say it's a lot more pet interactive than the Summoner, but your pet is definitely way more impactful than the Summoner's is.
Okay, I'm going this way.
Did you get the current that's here in Livonia? Or no, that's the city. It's not here.
I was thinking, I don't think there's one here.
Yeah, there's not. I'm thinking there's one in the Alec of little. I don't know if you have access to little Alec yet though.
I mean, I was only... I've been to Alagana once, but otherwise no. Oh, Callan, look at these guys quick. What do they remind you of?
Look at what?
These green guys. The Mud Suds.
Blood Suds. The more I look at it, the more uncomfortable I get. It reminds me of too many things.
See, when I look at it, I see the Diablo 2 Diablo, but fat.
Yep. Also, if Titan was fat, it's kind of what Titan looks like with the horns.
Oh, I actually just listened to the Titan theme today, and it's actually amazing. Like,
Oh, yeah.
the lyrics are incredibly simple, but lyrics don't need to be extravagant to have a good song.
There's a lot of people and a lot of controversy over whether, like, there's certain things that Final Fantasy does better than WoW, and there's a few things that WoW does better than Final Fantasy, but the one thing that every critic agrees on is that Final Fantasy has way better boss music.
Well, I mean, let's be fair. Final Fantasy has boss music.
Well, so does WoW, but it's just not impactful. Like, that's the point. Like, WoW's boss music is so minor and not, like...
The only boss that I know of that has boss music is Bronham from the Forge of Souls dungeon.
Nope, they all have, like, there's not boss music on the dungeons, but all the raids do have boss music. Like, they do. They actually do, but it's just so fucking minor, and most people have their sound turned off because it's so, like, just stupid.
Well, I mean, when an expansion first comes out, I usually leave it on for like 2-3 months, but then I'll turn it off after a while.
Yeah, I do the same.
Because eventually I just want to listen to my playlist.
That's what I do. I leave all the sound effects on and I kill them. But that's my point. It's so just minor.
Yeah. And it also doesn't help that with Shadowlands, even their login music has become uninspired.
Yeah, there's that. Although you should have seen Shadowbringers when it first came out. They had the I don't know if you've seen the memes around about how loud the intro screen music was, because it was bad. Like, oh my god. You fucking boot the game up, and the intro theme would just fucking like blow you out of your headphones with how loud it was. There's all kinds of people making jokes about like having the game just randomly boot up or having their sound driver crash and reboot for their computer speakers and like wake up the entire house at like 3 in the morning.
Makes me think of the Wrath of the Lich King login screen.
Kind of.
Like,
you could turn that down, and you could turn that down relatively fine.
Oh yeah.
The login screen with Shadowbringers wasn't affected by volume settings when it first came out.
Oh, yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
You know, I'd make a joke about how it takes two to tango, but you pretty much just demonstrated it only takes one.
Actually, that's a part of the dancer's kit. Not even kidding.
Oh, I think there's a current back this way.
I have a buff called Closed Position that I put on somebody, and whenever I use my dancing moves, Standard Step and Technical Step, the damage buff that I get from them also applies to the person I'm connected with.
Nope. Bit further north than I thought.
And then there's the, I think it's the Encore gauge, I think it's called. And as my dance partner does things, and I do things, it fills the gauge and it gives me access to my hard-hitting abilities. I think it's Sword Dance, or Saber Dance, yeah.
That thing looks disgusting.
Looks like a camel and a fucking Brontosaurus fuck, and it did not end well.
It reminds me of those but quadrupeds from episode 1 of Star Wars on Tatooine, except it looks like it let itself go.
I got 2 slices of the paunch.
I'm a sucker for Astrologian arms. They always look good.
Yeah. They do, actually, for the most part. I really like this one that I've got.
Oh yeah. I mean, just the sheer fact that it's not a generic thing like a book makes it already inherently interesting. It's like, for the longest time I thought book was the most boring weapon, and then they started adding the spell effects, and I was like, oh, this looks amazing now.
Yeah, honestly, I just like the design of the Astral Machine in general.
Oh yeah.
Just for the class. Like, not like you've got the Star Globe too, but like you also have on all of your tarot cards. Like I've got what looks like a sheath on my side that's full of tarot cards.
Okay, I don't need
So it's
to
like I'm not just pulling these cards from nowhere.
Takes a certain kind of man. Okay. I have to say, so far though, this motorcycle mount has given me the best sense of speed in the game. I always feel like I'm actually going fast.
Yeah, that is.
Like, even though I like the car from that last event, it just feels so slow. Why do you have a Dumbo mount?
I finished the Beast Tribe questline. Got my reputation max with them, and it's just the mount that I got for it.
And they gave you a Dumbo mount.
Well, no, you have to buy it with the tokens you get. But it also comes with an ability to.
Does it come with the pink elephants?
No, it gives you the ability to suck on things, basically. Sucks up any substance with a great huffing snort. Has no effect in battle. The lore behind this mount is that you have a companion throughout that entire quest line that eats nightmares. Like the whole thing is that you're helping pixies, basically, is what it is. You're helping pixies, and the pixies control like a dream realm, and it's all fucking corrupted and stuff because there's somebody out there causing nightmares. So as you go through the quest line, you go to each area in the Shadowbringers zones, and you find a person that has the nightmare that's causing the corruption, and this pig thing sucks it out of them and then spits it up, and then you have another pixie who turns it into like a tangible thing. So you get this like fucking ridiculous monster you have to kill, and then you kill it, cleanse the area of the nightmare. But that's what this pig thing is. Yeah, stop doing that. That's kind of getting annoying. Got that milk yesterday at the end of the party.
I'm gonna pick up the rogue arms this time. I didn't realize soon enough that the vendor level up gear and the quest gear are the same sets. So I've been wasting money.
Yep, more or less.
Still money well spent, but still wasted money.
The difference is, though, the quest gear is high quality.
Yeah.
Not that that makes that big of a difference.
Looks like another Aether Current quest is here. Don't get testy with me, testy trader.
I'll be right back.
Okay. It's further south than this. Not too much farther, at least. There. Okay, so way north is the next one, looks like. Is there another area beyond this one? There is! I thought this was the last area. Where am I taking this one? Ah, back there. It's not quite the headbanger that the other ones have been, but it's still really good. The Ramu theme? Or, I think it's Rama.
What's that?
Oh, I'm just listening to some of the boss music going through. I was just listening to the, that bug person primal. The one that quad wields swords.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's like, it's not quite the headbanger like Titan and Alexander and such, but it has like a War March vibe to it.
Yeah, it does.
So it's amazing, but in a completely different way. Oh, so it looks like the Wano arc is ending for the manga.
What's ending?
The Wano arc for One Piece. The anime is currently sitting, just starting the fight with Kaido and Big Mom. So it seems like the manga's at the end of that.
Oh, shit.
I can't take this last name seriously.
Dark Road.
It's like, I can take Stark. It's Woad. I just see the name and immediately think, Stark Woad.
Yeah.
Like a baby. So I'm guessing this is probably gonna be the dungeon quest in a second.
Yeah, you're getting close to it.
I'm gonna miss my giant laser beam from the sky, but I think being able to summon the 3 original primals full on will be well worth the trade.
Oh, absolutely. That's a really neat idea. Oh, yeah, your dungeon is right here.
Really?
Yeah, the entrance is right here.
Yeah, I just got extra access to Castor Mabanya. So this is definitely the dungeon quest now.
Yeah. Yeah, that red patch thing is, yeah, this is where the entrance is.
Okay, well, then I will call it here for now.